Felt like I spent the commercial break there spinning the tower camera back and forth, looking for just a little break. That's about as good as I found right there over 7th and Range Line. But the nice thing is the intersection has dried off. As Tanya and I were talking about earlier, we have a very, very full night of high school baseball and high school softball across the entire four-state area. Now, if your field made it through the morning thunderstorms, you're good to go all throughout the afternoon and evening. 74 degrees is where we stand right now over 7th and Range Line. Have seen that wind pick up quite a bit. 22-mile-an-hour gusts measured at Joplin Regional Airport. Now we're starting to see double-digit sustained winds at just about all of our measuring points. But the key factor is, now that they've switched and we've got the southerly flow, that does a great job helping us out temperature-wise. Thought maybe Chanute might get to 80 by the time we did our full weather block. Still hanging at 79. Joplin a very comfortable 74. And then a slew of 72s throughout southwest Missouri. So it is very, very nice outside, despite the fact that the clouds haven't really let the sun take over quite as of yet. Now we're starting to see little patches of it break, but along with the breaking, we still have little patches of rain that we're holding on to. South here of I-44, down in Berry County, a little bit still in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma has calmed down. This is coming off of a morning where throughout portions of northeast Oklahoma, specifically Washington, Nowata County, we saw places that picked up about 1.4 inches of rain, but nothing on the backside of it. So now what we're going to concentrate on is some low pressure that has just kicked in off the east side of the Rockies. And this is going to be pretty interesting because what we're going to have the top one do is, bottom one, let's start with it. Bottom one panhandles, top one takes off up here toward Omaha. Okay, if they're going to split like that, guess what we have? Right in the middle of it. So what we'll have are some warm temperatures causing the instability down to the south. Combine that with a low pressure that's going to formulate the thunderstorms up to our north, and they're just going to drop right down on us. So that's what we're looking at for tonight. We haven't seen a whole lot of development. This right here on the north side of Omaha, it's been pretty consistent all morning. And that has continued to track up toward the Great Lakes right there. So it'll be until this evening before that low pressure really advances up here. And that's also too why our timing is really slowing down for tomorrow morning's thunderstorm activity. But remember that circle we drew? Yeah, that kind of takes care of the elevated area in the brown and also too the low category, certainly more widespread than that circle that I drew, but even the low category is going to be an indicator for high wind and hail. And then once you get into the elevated, which just stays just to the north of our counties, that's definitely going to drop some hail on it. A little bit of a shift, however. Earlier this morning, the brown more hanging over here, kind of encompassing Kansas City. Think about Kansas City as almost being in the heart of it. And so now we've got a little westerly push on that. As far as the low category, not much movement. Still all encompassing down to the south central portion of the four states. And remember, even if you find yourself in that marginal category, that's still going to be some very heavy rain and high wind as well. That threat for hail kind of backs off when you get into the marginal. Temperatures for this afternoon, we'll definitely see some low 80s if we're already seeing high 70s. But let's talk about what's coming up for tomorrow. We talked about our timing of it. Earlier this morning, it looked like this low pressure wanted to develop upon us, probably about 9:30, 10 p.m. tonight. Now we're going to drop that back because by 10 p.m. we're still starting to form up to the north, so probably not upon our northern counties until early Wednesday morning. The other key factor, instead of it dropping straight down to the south, which is really what it was trying to do this morning, now we see more of an easterly push of it. Doesn't mean we're not going to get the heavy rain. It looks like, though, south central Missouri, in central Mo, it's going to be the one that really gets soaked. It's an interesting system, Tanya, and the fact that it stays so well organized after it rolls through us makes it all the way to the Atlantic coast. But we get a quick rebound. After that thing's done, say 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, same thing as today. Clouds clear off, up into the mid-80s. It's going to be a tad bit humid tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's humid enough today.
We're gonna throw some heat index readings. It'll be close to 90, if not eclipse 90 tomorrow.
Okay, not looking forward to that. Thanks, Michael.